Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 9th August 2023. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Haribol TRSV nectar. The complete name is Hardan, 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 Haribol TRSV nectar, NECTAR, nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video in this vlog is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is a mere continuation of all that we have been doing in all my previous videos. Kindly subscribe to this vlog and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of all my other videos, including the previous ones and those that will come in future. So let us continue with the topic for today's video's discussion. Yesterday, we began our discussion on a special topic or a new topic called focus that happens in the psyche of a human living entity during a lifetime. By now, we know that every living entity comes here to work out his or her prarabdha karma in a lifetime, along with a memory of something that is back in the back of his or her head, that he or she has come here as a servant of God and to carry out an assignment for God in that position. Some of them are able to, to remember this fact, and the majority fail to remember this fact. Lucky are those who are able to remember this fact of their having come here on an assignment for God, knowingly or unknowingly, advertently or inadvertently, by default or by design. In other words, only 25% of humanity in the society at a time is able to remember that he or she has come here to complete an assignment. It is another matter that how far this person goes to recognize his or her assignment and how far he or she is able to complete it. It all depends on the evolvement of that particular living entity during that birth. We discussed that in an organization there are various levels depending upon the knowledge, qualification, and experience of a particular employee. He or she may be a peon, an intern, a trainee, a clerk, a supervisor, a manager, a middle level manager, a high level manager, a CEO, or any level in that organization depend, depending upon the karma, the luck, the destiny, and the qualification of that employee. The same thing happens in a real world also. A person on an average does not know that an assignment for him or her exists despite the fact that his or her subtle bodies keep on giving vibrations to his or her brain to remember this assignment. Yet he or she may fail to remember this, and they usually float around during a lifetime aimlessly in this material world. On the other hand, only 25% are able to realize about this, and of those 25, there are various levels of understanding, striving, and achieving their particular assignments. We are going to discuss various case histories to authenticate this particular theory, and I'm sure that once one watches this video, he or she will be able to know about or understand about his or her lifetime purpose of life, how to understand it, how to recognize it, accept it, strive for it, and achieve a particular level in that particular assignment. Before going to the case history, let me assure you that even if you reach a particular level in that process of completing an assignment, it does not mean that you have not learned anything, even though you are not able to successfully complete that assignment. Your experiences and karma during a lifetime are stored in your psyche as sanchit karma for future purposes in future births. As for example, if you only slogged as an intern in this particular lifetime, it does not mean that even if you pass on in this lifetime as an intern, you will remain an intern all your lifetimes in future. No. Your experience and karma as intern in this lifetime will be used to make you a trainee in your next lifetime. At that time, people may wonder how you are acting as a trainee without being an intern. The fact remains that you were an intern in your past birth, as a result of which the experiences thereof in the past birth are coming in handy in this lifetime to make you a trainee. Now we will begin our talk on this particular matter. There is a community in India which is known for its intelligence, business acumen, dynamism, enterprise, and success in the commercial and business field in India and abroad too. This community is known as the Parsis. These Parsis are small in number but extraordinarily gifted by God materialistically as well as probably spiritually too. Many great people come out of this community and grace the society of India. At the same time, this Parsi community has a very thriving theater to entertain and educate the Parsi community when it watches plays and dramas staged by that theater. One of them, an enterprising, ambitious, and talented person in the Parsi theater, was known as Sohrab Modi. Sohrab Modi was born around 1895 in the month of November, and he, along with his elder brother, joined the theatre at a very young age. Though he was born in Bombay, he was brought up in various parts of North India, namely Bareilly and Gwalior. As young teenagers or adults, these two boys, who were quite enterprising and talented, began doing theatre in Gwalior, a township in the very big state of Madhya Pradesh in India. While they were doing theatre and staging plays and dramas, these two boys realized that there was now an upcoming film industry in India, especially in Bombay, and it was catering to the audience of North India. It would later be called as Bollywood, but at that time it was not called in that manner. These boys, because they hailed from Bombay, went back there and began getting offers as in various capacities to work in the thriving film industry. These guys, being enterprising, began producing plays, stage plays, dramas, and movies with social themes to be projected to the audience in North India and West India. This they did with some degree of success. When they began getting their success, they decided to concentrate on film making and projection. They became successful filmmakers and directors. We are going to take the lifetime of Sohrab Modi to as a case history to understand this term called focus. Sohrab Modi, as a November born scorpion, had one innate quality that scorpions are very famous for. He was totally obsessed with his idea of making films with social themes. This made him a very successful director in the film industry, especially the Gujarati and Hindi film industry. This guy got so evolved with this obsession that he actually fell in love with it and nothing else mattered to this particular film director. As I had mentioned before in my previous videos, obsessed people who inadvertently or advertently come to realize their assignment in a particular lifetime allow that particular assignment and that idea to grow into them and their psyche in such a way that they become totally obsessed with that particular idea or view. Same thing happened to Sohrab Modi. As one very famous bodybuilder in America called Brooklyn Beast or Akeem William mentioned once, when you are obsessed to with some particular matter, you eat, drink, and sleep that particular idea. Nothing else matters to you. You are totally besotted with it. So was the case with Sohrab Modi. Because he was so much in love with that idea, he churned out some really famous super hit blockbusters with international fame and which later became legends. They were movies like Pukar, Prithvi Vallabh, Maharani Lakshmi Bai, etc. These were historical, monumental masterpieces in which he not only directed the films but he also produced and acted in them. So much so that by the time he was in his early 50s, Sohrab Modi had become a living legend. Every breath in his body talked about only this obsession towards filmmaking. He succeeded in making very interesting and very knowledgeable films with social themes that impressed the audience all over West and North India and East India also to such an extent that he became a force to reckon with in this film industry in Bombay. Sohrab Modi thought about nothing else other than filmmaking, and this is known as focus. Focus is something that every person requires to concentrate on his or her work, aim, ambition, and assignment and to try to achieve it successfully as soon as possible. It may be another matter that that person may reach only one level of success in a lifetime, but that does not mean that he or she is incapable of reaching the pinnacle of success in that particular assignment. If he or she could not achieve that level of success in this birth, he or she will certainly come to complete his or her assignment in the next birth. In the case of Mr. Sohrab Modi also, probably this assignment was with him in the previous births also. He had reached one level of success in that assignment in previous births, and in this birth he came as a seeded player in such a way that he started his career successfully as, a, as an actor, a theater director, and later on a filmmaker. Sohrab Modi died in the year 1984 at the age of 87 or 88. But believe it or not, all his lifetime he thought only about filmmaking and nothing else. Such was his focus towards his assignment that he had chosen from his assignments from God, both materialistic and spiritual, that when he took up this assignment, he put all his heart and soul into it to such an extent that today he is a legend in the Indian film industry. We must all take a leaf out of the life story of Sohrab Modi to realize that we must also try to focus on some assignment from God, whether material or spiritual, for us to achieve. Initially, all assignments are material, and later on, when we are evolved enough, we are asked to slide down the material path to the spiritual path. The ultimate aim for every spirit soul enveloped in this material body is to get self realized, liberated from repeated births and deaths, and finally get delivered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is possible only if we are focused towards our bull's eye to achieve this purpose, if not today, then tomorrow. This is all I wanted to tell you in this particular video. I gave the example of Mr. Sohrab Modi for you to understand how to focus on your aim and achieve the ultimate in your own life or in your own career and path to spiritual success and ultimately reach the supreme personality of Godhead. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular case history and matter. Please give me your own experiences, thoughts, ideas, and opinions so that I may blend everything together for the sake of this society. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.